Substance.com.
I thought that went extremely well.
Well, we managed to get through without any major surgeries. That's an improvement than last week.
And it's time for this.
Ocean Drives films with Eclipse Dine-In Cinemas Bundoran. Now serving pizza, hot dogs, ice cream, and more to your seat. Find out more at Eclipse Cinemas.
Well, we're delighted to welcome back after his extended, well, I wouldn't call it a holiday. He can tell you more himself. Collie, welcome back.
It is a sort of a holiday. It was a holiday maybe for you and the listeners. It's only been a couple of weeks. I was away getting a new knee, Seamie. And I was going to say, unfortunately, as well, because I hate being away and missing the movies. But thankfully, God shone down and nobody has seen any of the movies anyway, because the weather has been so beautiful after such a stinker of a summer. I don't think anyone's gone, actually, I tell a lie. I say that Beetlejuice has still done very well, mostly because it's a very good movie, but also because a lot of the core audience for Beetlejuice don't like the sunshine, Seamie. The goths. The goths are still there. Some of them have grown up and have to have proper jobs in a bank or in a hospital or something like that. But deep down, they're inner goth. They don't want the sunshine. They want to sit and watch Beetlejuice in the dark. So they're still coming. But we had a couple of good movies that, they're going to hang on for a couple of weeks because they know in the cinema nobody's seen them yet. Before I mention that, because I will forget. Now, my brother Dara has never listened to this in his life and he never will. But I want to give a big shout out to my big brother who's really looked after me, drove me up from the hospital and been looking after me here in the house. A kind of combination of between Florence Nightingale and Dermot Bannon, where he's been after me really well and then telling me what's wrong with my house. So it's been a lovely
that extension.
Yeah, hello. Oh, you don't know the half of it. But just quick mention before we talk about the substance.
Yeah.
The Lee, which is a really interesting movie starring Kate Winslet as the famous war photographer Lee Miller, who's one of the first female war photographers, refused to take no for an answer, and has an amazing life story, including she's one of the first people not only into Dachau, one of the first people into Hitler's bunker after he died, and in a bizarre, she took a bath in his bath, and has photos of it, and went to his bed, like amazing, like stuff you just would not believe. That's very good. And apparently James McAvoy, I haven't seen this one, is absolutely terrifying and speak no evil. People are really enjoying that. So mention those before we talk about this week's movie. And this week's movie, what's funny is I missed 2 weeks this year. One for the knee, one for the hip. And the other time I got the hip done, it was a really weird movie about sort of strange surgery with a very famous actress that we said at the time might go on to win the Oscar for it. It was Poor Things. It was Emma Stone, and she did. This time, it's The Substance. It's Demi Moore, who we haven't heard from for a while. And the movie's out this week. Let's play the clip and see if you get the idea.
Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? Younger. More beautiful. More perfect.
There's been a slight misuse of the substance. Let's go.
That's scary enough, and it'll get you into it. And I look at Demi Moore, and she's actually made for this role.
Absolutely. Funny enough, she's playing an actress who's 50. Demi Moore is 61. But but it is about the beauty myth and letting people age, men and women age, and she's a celebrity and it's fading and fading. People are saying, sorry, you're just too old now. And then she's offered this sort of magic substance that will make her younger and younger. What lengths would you go to? And look, airwaves are full of ads for all sorts of things to inject yourself. And is it things like, is it great that people look younger? Like I think of when I was growing up, when you're 10, you think everyone's old, and now you reach this age and you think, but 70-year-old women when I was a kid don't look like 70-year-old women now. We all have changed. Sometimes it's great for the confidence better. Same with men. Like, I don't think any of the people of my father's generation ever wore a pair of jeans. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now people haven't changed. And as we go on, how much is it that it's great that we're younger, healthier, stronger? I just have a new knee for exactly that reason. How much is it for that we're obsessed by youth and only youth will do, and we won't accept people grow old gracefully. Now, Demi Moore, who we haven't seen in big movies for a while, she was offered this role, and Demi Moore has the money. She doesn't need it. And she thought it was so interesting, she decided to do it. And I think they thought this movie was kind of being a low-key weirdo festival thing. And it got such a good response at Cannes Film Festival. They decided to put it out. It is scary and weird and odd and frightening. And I'm so upset that I'm currently on crutches and I haven't seen it yet. I'm hoping to be mobile to get my stitches out next week. I'm hoping to go and see it. Although maybe it's not a movie to see when get your stitches out, if you know what I mean. Because it's what they would call a body horror. It's all of the lengths we will put ourselves in to look beautiful. I think last year we had a movie, or 2 years ago, wasn't it? Brendan Fraser, another star from the 80s and 90s, who we hadn't heard from for a while, had a role and in The Whale, and ended on winning the Oscar. I wonder, is this going to be history repeating itself again? Somebody who we haven't had in the limelight for a while comes and does a really risky role that there's a lot of body shape stuff in it and comes to do it. And I can't wait to see this, Seamie. It won't be for everyone. It's very much 60 or 60s. Actually, I think it's 18s. Very much for that. But it's something really different and really daring. And I can't wait.
It caught my imagination. And I love Dennis Quaid. And great to see him. He's super, like, awful.
But you believe people like this exist. It might be an exaggerated version of these people, but there's definitely doctors in Hollywood selling this, the equivalent, the non-sci-fi equivalent. It looks really good.
Okay, The Substance, when does that open?
That opens tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Now, one of my favorite movies is coming back. It's celebrating 10 years. Interstellar. I love this movie.
It's hard to believe it's 10 years. And I'm going to use a phrase we use all the time, and people go, yeah. I've got a dodgy box. I like to use that. I'm sorry, Interstellar on a telly. I don't care how big a telly you have.
What a waste.
What a waste of film. Lots of people would say this is Christopher Nolan's best movie, even if the end is, maybe it's because the end is kind of vague. That is part of the joy of it. It looks spectacular. Of course, it's the movie where the Earth is in trouble and they realize we can't save the Earth. We have to save the people instead. And Matthew McConaughey is sent off in Interstellar to find a new place for us to live, but it's not really about that, is it? It's about like only Christopher Nolan would have make a movie about a father's love for his daughter and his willingness to sacrifice it, and set it like 100 million light years away. Only like rather than outside the school gates. It's a brilliant movie. I haven't seen it since it came out, and I'll tell you why I haven't seen it since it came out, because I always felt. I've got a pretty good sound system at home, but I never felt it would do it justice. So it's going to be great. It's only out for a couple of days. There's more and more doing this now. They realize that people want to see these movies, and there's a whole generation of people who never
seen this.
Yeah. Because
I'm looking forward to seeing it on your big screen anyway up there.
If you're mad into films, like it's only a 12A, but even if you were 12 10 years ago when it came out, probably the subject matter, you mightn't have gone to see it. Whereas now, you'd be fascinated if you like your cinema. It's going to be great. I really looking forward to that. So that's shown in the Director's Lounge tomorrow night, and then a couple more times over the weekend, and then it's gone again till probably the 25th anniversh. So go see it.
All right, we something for the kids. 200% Wolf.
Yes,
a bit like yourself, really.
Yeah. Well, I'm about 74% plastic at this stage and concrete. But yes, there was a cute movie a couple of years ago about a dog who wants to be a werewolf, and he gets bitten, but instead he turns into a kind of pink poodle when the movie. It's very cute, kind of for the under 8s, under 9s, and there's a sequel. Now, it is one of those, I remember thinking it was very cute at the time, but when this sequel came out, I had completely forgotten I'd seen it, right? I had completely forgotten. I was only when I was watching the trailer, I went, have I seen this before? So it's fairly, it's not a Pixar classic, but it will be good fun, and it's been a while since we had a kids movie, so I think they'd like it. When the rain comes, because I'm afraid it will come again eventually.
Rain's back Tuesday. Now you have an Indian film for us.
Yeah, Condal. We're having an Indian summer, so why not have some movies? These are very popular. We show them a couple of times a week, and there's a lot of the community around love to go and see it. This is I was going to say it's an epic story. They're all epic stories.
Epic, yeah.
They're all epic stories, singing and dancing. I love them, and I rarely know, it's like most of my life, I rarely know what's going on, but I muddle through and enjoy myself anyway. And that's shown over the weekend. I think it's Sunday and Tuesday as well.
Okay, right, Mr. Monday, you're bringing back Blink Twice.
Yeah,
Great
this
movie.
was really good. I didn't think I'd like this movie. It's sort of movie about, isn't Speak No Evil would make a good double bill because it's about coercion and so on. I don't want to say Elon Musk, but when you have people who are in control of power, or what's in the news headlines now about a certain music mogul, it's about these women who are waitressing in a bar. They're brought off to this island by these people. They're living their best life, but somehow there's a sneaking suspicion not everything is as it seems. It was really good fun, which sounds weird word to use in this context. Very clever movie from Zoe Kravitz, who's the daughter of Lenny Kravitz. Excellent director. Can't wait to see what she does next. Well worth it for a $5, Seamie, on Monday.
Oh, it is, yeah. Blink Twice, that's You Missed It Monday film. And that is all from our man at the movies, Collie McFadden. You're welcome back. We missed you. Till next Thursday.